Right, welcome guys. Jared Leto, is he a creep? Well, he is denying it, but a lot of women over the years have come forward and said he is. He's a pretty high profile guy. That does come hand in hand with the territory. Some women do try to take high profile men down. That's not unheard of, obviously. There is a large volume of women saying what would amount to a pattern of behaviour, if true. So let's take a look. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Turn those bell notifications on. Is Jared Leto a creep? Well, he's not a very good actor. I think he's a crap actor, to be honest. Although I am looking forward to seeing him in Tron Ares. Thought that trailer was great. So let's hope this isn't true, simply because it would be gross if true. So anyway, let's take a look, like I said. Airmail. Never heard of them before, but they published a report which featured 9 women accusing Suicide Squad and Morbius star Jared Leto, I know, of misconduct. Some alleged that they were underage when the Oscar-winning 30 Second to Mars star engaged in explicit conversations or made forceful advances on them. So that's quite crazy, if true. You may recall about rumours to do with Jared Leto's behaviour towards young and underage women. They go back all the way to 2005. And at the time, the New York Post published a story that started with Jared Leto likes him young, claiming he'd been caught propositioning teen models at the Maritime Hotel. Not only that, James Gunn had also said on social media, basically, Jared Leto has an interest in younger women, and it is a well-known secret in Hollywood. There's nothing wrong at all, actually, as a man, in liking younger women than your age. It makes sense from a evolutionary psychology perspective that men will be going for the most fertile women, because that is evolutionary psychology. It makes perfect sense, rather than going for someone who cannot bear children. You know, women, unfortunately, the harsh reality is you do have a body clock. So it makes sense that men go for younger women than them as they age, because they're going for the most fertile. It does come into an issue when it is young women. So not younger, but it is young, as in little girls. That's bad, because they're not women, are they? They're children. They're underage. So, yeah. So we can't actually check out the Airmail article itself because it is behind a paywall. But we'll look at some of the excerpts here. And there's a bunch of other articles here that have sort of covered some of it as well. But here's some excerpts that this article pulled out. It says, the women, this is an excerpt from the article. The women I spoke to say Leto's alleged past behaviour was not a phase, but rather part of a long-standing pattern. One that was and continues to be widely known in some circles and generally quietly accepted. Quote, it's been an open secret for a long time, one of the women tells me. Still, over the next 3 weeks, the calls kept coming, always at 1, 2, 3 a.m. A woman who was 16 at the time remembers, and the conversations turned sexual. He'd ask things like, have you ever had a boyfriend? Have you ever sucked a dick? Flattered by the star's attention, Laura LaRue says she continued to visit Leto sporadically over the next few months. On one occasion, she alleges he walked out of a room completely naked. He just walked out, dick out, just like it was normal. So LaRue didn't know what to think. She was 17 when the incident took place. I thought maybe this was just what adult men do, she says. Also, side note, like, being underage is different based on different locations as well. It's always something to keep in mind. I'm not trying to say that he didn't do these things. I don't know. But when you're dealing with these kind of stories, it does make sense to understand that different parts of the world have different age limits on what they deem appropriate. I mean, you go to some places in the Middle East, 9 is appropriate. Obviously, that's gross. Just saying. Another woman I spoke to, an actress who began a texting relationship with Leto when she was still underage, described how visits to his house could quickly turn uncomfortable. She recalls him saying things like, do any of the little boys you hang out with F you? That's weird. When she was 18, if true, that's weird. When she was 18, the woman says his sexual overtures escalated. She describes an incident during one visit to Leto's home when he suddenly pulled his out and started. Then he walked over, grabbed my hand and put it on him. He leaned in and said, "I want you to spit on it." Amazing. So, just to clarify, Leto has broken silence on inappropriate behaviour allegations from 9 women. So, yeah, where is it? Where's his statement? This is just another bloody article where they go through it all. So, effectively, what he's come out and said is, yeah, no, it's not true. An unnamed representative for Leto said all of the allegations are expressly denied. And, you know, he similarly denied the incidents above took place as described. The actor himself has not said anything. So he might not have actually said anything, to be honest. But also, I mean, this comes on the heels of something which happened last month. So there was an LA-based DJ, Ali Teals, said that she was assaulted and traumatized by this creep when she was 17. The sheer volume of these cases and how young some of these girls were, just 14, 15, 16, breaks my heart. That's pretty mental. If true, remember, if true. So yeah, he hasn't said anything. He has just expressly denied all the allegations. Yeah, pretty mad. Again, remember, none of this is clear cut. We don't know. One of them was in LA, so again, you know, at 16 years old, pretty inappropriate, obviously, pretty gross, pretty illegal. Yeah, it doesn't say. I mean, it's not good. So here's a little bit more. It says he changed his voice, the way he talked. It scared me. That was the first time I thought, oh my god, that's not just in movies. So yeah, he's a bit of a weirdo. The woman's mother apparently overheard a phone call, could confirm her story. But again, who knows? These people could be looking for a payout, remember? Difficult to tell. Is he a creep? I mean, he certainly has all the demeanour of a creep, right? Like, obviously aesthetics aren't the be-all and end-all. Physiognomy isn't be-all and end-all. It's quite close, to be fair. Like, physiognomy is quite good. You know, when you hear a leftist and what they say, and then you look at them, you're like, yeah, that makes sense. Or it just does. Like, it just makes a lot of sense. He looks like a creep. Doesn't mean he is a creep, but he certainly looks like one. And then some of this stuff's pretty gross. Like, I can't read some of this stuff out because it's pretty nasty. But this seems to be a pretty common thing. Again, Hollywood just generally, it's pretty common. We hear about this all the time. And it is quite nasty. It's vile. If this is true, again, really, really vile. None of this should be normalised. Children should be children for as long as possible. Stay innocent. The world is a shockingly bad place as you grow older. So it is best to remain as innocent as possible for as long as possible. That's what I think anyway. There you go. I don't have much else to say. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.